All right, so this is one take Andy. Hopefully it works first time. So today, just kind of relax video. It's been a busy week, a busy time for me. I'm not sure whether you all know, but I opened up my own tennis and pickleball retail shop. So that's how it started. Just a retail shop. Now we're expanding into giving lessons. So I'm the head pro at the Sharon Clay Courts in beautiful Sharon, Massachusetts. Also a pro at Wimbledon. And we're also running UTR events. So we're going to be doing some tournaments up at the local high school. So we're going to play mainly singles because I think the doubles UTR format is kind of, right? I thought it was very inaccurate, but the singles seems pretty good. So we're gonna do some singles UTR, and then we'll also play the P word down the street. So, all right. So in terms of rackets, I think that's why y'all tuned in to find out what racket is Andy using as of today, June 7th, 2024. But before I get to that racket, I'll tell you the story. So I've been, ever since Tennis Nerd released his video on the using heavy rackets, I've sort of been experimenting. So I've taken a few different rackets and I just added like 10 grams. I think 10 was my magic number. 10 grams at the base of the handle, right? So I'll show you to you real quickly. So once I take off the, I add it underneath the original grip, and I add it right at the base, so just wrap strips of lead around. I found this was much different than putting it at the top or even putting it like strips all the way up and down. For some reason, maybe you guys can leave a comment below. Let me know why this just feels so good. So then I added 10 grams at the tip, and then depends on the racket, I add some weight at the head. So with the Wilson Shift, I added a 10 and 2, and I've been using that. Actually, I used that for my last 3 matches this past week, and the way it works is like this. You still need to swing out like the swing weight is so low on this racket. I think it was like 307 or so stock. So I added 10 grams at 10 and 2. And I think that bumped the swing weight up probably 20 points or so. So my guess is around somewhere just shy of 330 in terms of swing weight. But it doesn't feel clubby at all. And I'm able to hit the ball with really nice, like sort of that pancake feel on my forehand. And the backhand, for some reason, the two-hander just seems very underpowered with the shift, but it lends itself very nicely to the one-handed backhand. So regardless of what setup I use, I love crushing one-handers with this. And whenever, so the last 3 matches I've been using my one-hander, and whenever I use the one-hander, I get transformed into old school Andy, which is the attack, run to the net, try and put away the volley. So that's been fun, right? So that's my shift. Now here's the Pure Aero 98, and this is an interesting frame in that stock form, I couldn't hang with it. I needed, you need to swing big, and just there's something about this where I know that that's not my game style necessarily, swinging big with topspin, right? Added some weight, added 5 grams at the tip, also the magic 10 grams at handle, and it helped with some of the stiffness issues. I felt like having this at a heavier spec, Carlos, are you listening? Could help with alleviating some of the pain that radiates because of this racket. But it still feels stiff. I could put a soft, this is RPM power in here, and it still doesn't really feel like a nice plush Pro Sapphire feel. But I was inspired by my buddy back at Timecom to during his video today to kind of say like why in detail that I like it and why like I use the different rackets that I do, right? So the shift, I know I'm going back and forth, so forgive me. So the shift, right, my forehand with this is I could drive through it, right? Doesn't work as well with a two-handed backhand, works great with my one-hander, and volleys are solid, right? So with this, I just want to attack, keep the point short. My serves are pretty good with the shift. I mean, not as powerful as with some of the rackets, but they're pretty good. Now with the Aero, with my moderate up Aero 98, I don't want to necessarily attack the net. I'm comfortable staying at the baseline and just kind of rolling shots in and just letting the racket do the work. So very easy for me to stay rolling some two-hander backhands, hit like rally forehands that I don't think I'm putting much on, but when I look at the ball, it's coming in heavy and with spin. So that's with the Aero, and I come to net to shake hands or to hit an easy volley, right? It doesn't feel great, but it feels great. Winning feels great, and that's what I've been doing with a little bit more frequency with the Aero 98. Because I had a really awful, I had a good playing season this last year, but not so good in terms of the winning percentage. So now we are arriving, the other thing, it feels very natural to hit my two-hander with the Aero 98, and it feels natural to hit the one-hander with the shift. So I remember mid-match, a couple days ago, I was using the Aero 98, using a two-hander. The guy was, he was very good from the baseline. And so it was 4-all, and I got a little bit tight, and then he broke me to 5-4. Then I switched to the shift, and then just started to say I'm going to blast the ball and come to net. So I ended up winning the last 3 games using the one-hander and kind of coming to net aggressively. So it's situation dependent for me. Like I tried hitting a one-hander with an Aero 98, and yeah, it just doesn't feel right. So what racket am I gonna use, the shift or the Aero 98? And the answer is the racket that I'm using today is the Diadem Elevate V3. So last night I did my usual. I modded it up. I put the 10 grams. Actually, I'm not sure how much I put in the base, because what really happened was I was watching TV, and I'm sure you all do this. So while you're watching TV after dinner, you're modding up your rackets. So I looked, and there was actually like 6 grams that was already on the handle, right? And so I took that off and I wrapped it at the bottom, and then I measured maybe another 4 grams or 5 grams. I continued to wrap it, trying to be straight as possible while watching Monk on TV. Then I put a little bit at the top, don't know if you can see, at 10 and 2. Maybe this is 2.5 grams. And this feels magical. Whew, this is magical. Strong with Hyper G. I was training, I was given a lesson today, and I'm not one of those pros that kind of, just pushes the ball back. I want to make sure like I get a decent workout, because it's my time too, right? And also that my student can handle it. So, but the student can handle it. The student can handle it. So I was really trying to rip the two-hander, and boy, this comes in naturally with a two-hander with a setup. And the forehands, I was getting some pretty good spin, good launch. I think this is a 1620, just like the, are these all 1620s? Oh my goodness. They are all 1620s. Yeah, I guess I have a 1620 fetish. So they're all 1620s, and even with the shift, that's the 99 square inches. Like the Diadem Elevate is just the shrink space in it is bigger, so I feel like you get an easier launch from it, and with this particular mod, like it's just easy on the backhand and forehand to generate spin and depth. So I will use this against some competition tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll have the chance to record, because I'll be playing on clay. And we'll see. I absolutely love these 3 rackets. These will be in my bag. They'll help me have fun and hopefully get those W's. But that's all. That's been what's going on. If you want to continue to support me, continue to support the channel, continue to support the crazy entrepreneurship stuff that we're doing, check out the website icontennispickle.com. We have all our stuff there on sale, rackets, shoes, balls, apparel, all you can think of. If you're local in the area, also look to see when we offer clinics, when we offer lessons, and then the tournaments. The tournaments are going to be hot. There's going to be prizes and all that stuff. So stay tuned. Thank you all for all the support, all 773 of you, and all of those who also watch this but aren't subscribed. Please subscribe, like this, and look forward to providing more content for you. This is Andy from Tennis with Andy. Play smart and see results.